If you're a woman over 45 who loves castor oil but feels like it isn't doing the full job, this is for you. You already know castor's luxuriously thick texture and how it can seal in hydration, but maybe you've hoped it would smooth deeper lines or restore firmness and it just didn't deliver. I want to show you why that happens, and how a simple, research-informed trio of partner oils transforms castor from a single tool into a small, targeted system that protects, renews, and balances mature skin. I'll give you exact guideline ratios, when to use each blend, how to apply safely, and how to fit this into a realistic routine for women 45 and up. If you like clear, science-backed skincare that actually fits your life, consider subscribing. There's more like this coming. Let's start with the quick science. What castor oil actually does and what it doesn't. Castor is unique among facial oils because of its high ricinoleic acid content. That chemistry makes it very occlusive. Think of it as a film former. It sits on the skin, creating a protective blanket that reduces water loss. That's why it's so good at locking in moisture and smoothing the immediate look of fine lines. The skin looks plumper simply because it's better hydrated. But that same film-forming quality means castor doesn't penetrate deeply on its own to deliver active nutrients that signal collagen production or accelerate cell turnover. In garden terms, castor is rich, protective soil that holds moisture for your seedlings. It's not the fertilizer that tells the plants to grow new leaves. So the smarter move, especially for mature skin, is synergy. Use castor oil as the protective base, the soil, and pair it with a partner oil that plays a clear role. Defend, renovate, or balance. Each of the three partner oils I'll describe is supported by peer-reviewed research showing helpful antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, or barrier-rebuilding properties. None of them are miracle cures, but together with castor they create a predictable, repeatable routine that supports healthier-looking skin with time and consistency. First partner. Pomegranate seed oil. The Defender. Pomegranate seed oil is rich in punicic acid and a cocktail of antioxidants and phytosterols. Studies published in peer-reviewed journals report its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant activity. In practical terms, it helps protect collagen from the slow damage that comes with years of sun and pollution, what some call inflammaging. That makes it a fantastic daytime ally under sunscreen, though it also suits evening use for skin that's dry or environmentally stressed. For a practical blend, use a guideline ratio of 1 part castor to 3 parts pomegranate seed oil, written as 1.3 castor pomegranate. Because pomegranate is lighter and packed with antioxidants, the castor anchors it, helping those protective compounds stay on the skin longer without feeling overly heavy. Quick tip: this is the mix I reach for if my skin has been outdoors a lot, or during harsh weather when the barrier needs extra shielding. How to use it. Mix a small amount in your palm. 3 to 4 drops total for the face is a good starting point. Warm the blend between your fingers and press gently into slightly damp skin. Let the oil settle for a minute, then apply your broad-spectrum sunscreen. If you prefer to wear this at night, it's fine. Just be mindful that antioxidant-rich oils are best paired with consistent SPF in your daytime routine. Second partner. Rosehip seed oil. The Renovator. Rosehip is famous in the world of mature skin care because it contains natural precursors to retinoic-like activity, vitamin C compounds, and a favorable profile of fatty acids, particularly linoleic acid, that help rebuild the lipid barrier and support cell turnover. Clinical research and cosmetic dermatology studies suggest that topical rosehip can improve texture, hydration, and the appearance of discoloration over time. Because of those renovative effects, rosehip is typically better in evening routines, when skin repair processes are most active. Use a guideline ratio of 1 part castor to 2 parts. Rosehip, 1.2 castor, rosehip. The castor gives the mixture staying power and moisture locking, The rosehip brings the renewing signals. Apply this blend at night, starting 2 to 3 times per week if your skin is new to active oils, then increase frequency as tolerated. Important safety note: because rosehip contains vitamin A precursors, always wear daily sunscreen when using it regularly to avoid sun sensitivity and to protect your skin while it renews. Practical use for the rosehip blend. Begin with clean, slightly damp skin. Warm 3 to 4 drops in your palms and press evenly across the face, focusing on areas of discoloration or where texture feels uneven. If you use prescription topical retinoids or other dermatologist-prescribed products, do not mix them into this oil blend without guidance. Talk to your provider first. Third partner: jojoba oil. The balancer. Jojoba is not actually a typical triglyceride oil. It's a liquid wax ester that closely mimics human sebum. That makes it fast-absorbing, very skin-friendly, and often well-tolerated by combination and breakout-prone skin. Jojoba helps normalize oiliness without stripping, and its composition supports barrier function with minimal pore-clogging risk for many people. For a lightweight everyday option, try a guideline ratio of 1 part castor to 4 parts jojoba, 1.4 castor, jojoba. This blend feels lighter on the skin than the others while still benefiting from castor's moisture-locking effect. It's ideal for morning use or as a daily maintenance step for skin that wants hydration without heaviness. You can apply it before makeup, but allow a minute or two for absorption, then follow with sunscreen and then makeup. A quick word about acne-prone or sensitive skin. Jojoba is generally non-comedogenic for many people, but everyone's skin is different. Always patch test first. I'll walk you through the exact patch test shortly, and introduce the blend slowly. Now let's get practical. Mixing, application, and safety steps you can use today. Start with quality. For all oils, choose 100% pure, cold-pressed, unrefined oils in dark glass bottles. Cold-pressed and unrefined mean the oil retains more of its natural beneficial compounds. Dark glass protects the oil from light, which speeds oxidation. When you open a bottle, give it a quick smell test. It should smell natural, not rancid. If anything smells off, discard it. Patch test procedure. Before applying a new oil or blend to your face, apply a small dab about the size of a pea behind your ear or on the inside of your forearm. Leave it uncovered and observe for 24 to 48 hours. If you get redness, itching, swelling, or any irritation, do not use that oil on your face and consult a dermatologist if the reaction persists. This is non-negotiable, especially if you have diagnosed skin conditions or are using topical prescription medications. Talk to your dermatologist before adding these blends to your routine. Mixing tips. Never add essential oils, fragrance oils, or other actives into your blend unless you have clear guidance from a skincare professional. If you prefer a pre-mixed bottle, make very small batches and use them quickly. Guideline. Pre-mix only enough for 1 to 2 months of use. Many partner oils oxidize faster than castor does, and keeping a small volume fresh will preserve potency and reduce the risk of irritation. Application steps, step by step. Cleanse gently. Avoid harsh scrubs that strip the barrier. Right after cleansing, when your skin is slightly damp but not dripping, pour 3 to 4 drops of your chosen blend into the palm. Warm the oil between your hands for about 5 to 10 seconds, then press it lightly into the face. Use gentle, upward motions, but mainly pressing so you don't tug the skin. Pay attention to areas that feel dry or where texture is uneven. For the Rosehip Renovation Blend, start at night 2 to 3 times per week and build frequency as your skin tolerates. For the pomegranate or jojoba blends, morning or evening is fine depending on your skin's needs. If you're using the pomegranate blend in the morning, allow a short moment for absorption, then apply broad-spectrum SPF 30+ or higher. Sunscreen remains the single most important anti-aging product you can use. Oils support the skin, but daily UV protection prevents the majority of visible aging. Frequency guidance. Begin conservatively. For the Renovator Blend, Rosehip, start with 2 to 3 nights per week. For the Defender and Balancer blends, you can start daily if your patch test is clear. Pay attention. If you notice clogged pores, increased breakouts, or irritation, reduce frequency or stop and review with a pro. Be cautious about layering these oils with strong actives like prescription retinoids, benzoyl peroxide, or topical antibiotics. Do not mix them together in the same formulation without medical advice. Storage and shelf life. Keep oils in a cool, dark place. Bathroom light and heat can accelerate oxidation. If storing pre-mixed blends, use amber or cobalt glass droppers and label with the mix date. As a general guideline, use pre-mixed small bottles within 1 to 2 months to preserve potency, especially for pomegranate and rosehip, which are richer in delicate polyunsaturated fatty acids that oxidize more quickly than more stable oils. Pure castor itself is relatively stable, but its partners determine the blend's shelf life. A few quick mini hooks and clarifications you may be wondering about. Will these mixes clog pores? For many people, the jojoba blend is the best option if you're concerned about breakouts, because jojoba closely resembles sebum and tends to be well tolerated. The rosehip blend contains linoleic acid, which can actually help balance oil composition and reduce comedogenic risk for some. Still, everybody's skin is unique. Patch test and introduce slowly. How fast will you see results? Be realistic. Oils support hydration, barrier repair, and antioxidant protection, so you may notice improved softness and a smoother look within days to weeks thanks to better moisture and surface smoothing. More structural improvements, like better texture or reduced hyperpigmentation, take consistent use over weeks to months, combined with sunscreen and lifestyle support. That's the honest timeline I give myself and my clients. Layering with other products. If you use a water-based serum or lightweight moisturizer, apply that first, then the oil blend, then sunscreen in the morning. If you're using the rosehip blend at night and also have a prescription topical retinoid, don't combine them on the same night without dermatologist direction. Either alternate nights or follow medical guidance. Lifestyle amplifiers. This is where topical work meets long-term transformation. No oil blend will replace the foundational habits that protect and rebuild skin. Sunscreen every single day, not negotiable. Nutrition matters. Lean protein, colorful vegetables and fruits rich in antioxidants, and omega-3 dietary sources support skin health from the inside. Hydration helps the whole system function better. Drink according to your needs. Sleep is when skin repair is most active. Prioritize consistent, restorative sleep. And stress management matters. Chronic stress increases inflammatory signaling that undermines skin resilience. Think of the oil blend as a targeted routine that rides on top of these pillars. Synergy gives the best results. Let's walk through 3 daily mini routines so it's easy to picture. Morning routine option for dry, environmentally stressed skin. Gentle cleanser. Apply the 1.3 Castor pomegranate blend, 3-4 drops warmed in palms, pressed into slightly damp skin. Wait a minute, then apply broad-spectrum SPF 30+ and your makeup as usual. Evening routine option for texture and discoloration. Concerns: gentle cleanser, then the 1.2 Castor rosehip blend, applied to slightly damp skin at night, starting 2 to 3 times per week and gradually increasing. If you use prescription retinoids, alternate nights, or consult your dermatologist about combining treatments. Daily maintenance for combination or breakout-prone skin. Gentle cleanser, then the 1.4 Castor jojoba blend in the morning or evening, followed by sunscreen in the morning. This gives hydration and barrier support without heaviness. A couple of common objections I hear. Won't castor oil be too heavy for my skin? When used alone, Castor can feel heavy, but those guideline ratios thin it with lighter partners. The jojoba blend in particular makes Castor wearable for many who previously avoided it. Another concern: are these oils safe to use with my prescriptions? If you're on topical or systemic medications for diagnosed skin conditions, do not start new topical mixes without checking with your dermatologist. Safety first. A few more practical tips I use in my own routine. Keep a small dropper bottle labeled with the ratios if you prefer pre-mixed convenience, but make the batch small, no more than a month or two, so the sensitive oils stay fresh. If you like to apply a targeted amount to certain areas, under eye, around the mouth, and forehead, use microdrops rather than taking a full-face approach immediately. Under-eye skin responds well to very small amounts of nourishing oils, but be gentle and patch test first. Let's be clear about what this approach can and cannot do. These blends support the skin's barrier, help lock in moisture, bring antioxidant protection, and for ingredients like rosehip may encourage improved texture and tone over time. They are not prescriptions, they are not guaranteed to erase deep wrinkles, and they are not substitutes for medical treatment when that is needed. Frame progress as gradual and cumulative. Consistent protection, lowered inflammation, and better barrier function lead to skin that looks smoother and feels more resilient. If you're ready to get started today, here's a simple checklist in your head. Patch test for 24 to 48 hours. Choose cold-pressed, unrefined oils in dark glass. Mix small batches. Start with 3 to 4 drops on slightly damp skin. Use the correct ratio for your goal. 1:3 Castor, pomegranate for defense. 1:2 Castor, rosehip for renovation at night. 1:4 Castor, jojoba for balancing. Wear daily sunscreen. Store in a cool, dark place. And consult a dermatologist if you have diagnosed skin conditions or are on prescription treatments. A final practical example to print or keep by your sink. For a nightly renovator blend, add 1 drop Castor plus 2 drops rosehip into your palm, warm, and gently press on slightly damp skin 2 to 3 nights a week to start. For a morning defender, 1 drop Castor plus 3 drops pomegranate, warmed and pressed on damp skin, then sunscreen. For daily balance, 1 drop Castor plus 4 drops jojoba. Press on damp skin and proceed with your day. Transformation doesn't usually come overnight, but it does come with small, consistent, intelligent choices. When you stop expecting a single ingredient to do everything and instead build simple, purpose-driven blends, your routine becomes smarter and easier. Castor oil gives you the moisture-locking foundation. Pomegranate shields the collagen from oxidative stress. Rosehip supports gentle renewal. And jojoba brings balance without heaviness. Combined with sunscreen and healthy living, those 3 blends can help your skin look and feel firmer, smoother, and more resilient over time. If you found this helpful, please share it with a friend over 45 who needs a sensible approach to natural skin care. And subscribe for more research-backed routines designed for mature skin. I'll see you in the next video.